What is good, boys and girls? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog, coming to you with some of the best financial news we can bring to you. We've got none other than DJ the Money Coach. You know it, Mr. ABC Money Book, Mr. Pom Pom Lifestyle, Plenty of Money, Peace of Mind. But before I introduce DJ, I got a little video I want to drop for you guys real quick. Is that all right, DJ? Can I drop a video for him real quick?
Oh, absolutely. Please do.
Okay.
Everybody, we got an amazing opportunity for you to join the Pom Pom Lifestyle Movement. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. First, I'm going to give you a master class. It's going to teach you how to buy businesses, buy real estate, leverage the tax laws, and do it interest-free for 18 months to build credit up to $100,000 to acquire the asset. As a bonus, I'm going to give you one consultation with me, one consultation with Financially Free D. As a super bonus for the first 10 people only, I'm going to give you a live stream of my keynote speech at the Black Travel Expo and show you how I buy resorts, build businesses in Zanzibar so you can take a bite out of Zanzibar. On top of that, I'm going to give you another bonus, live stream from Zanzibar. I'm going to walk you through all the properties and the conference, and all you have to do is hit that link. I'll see you in Zanzibar. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. God bless.
All right, you guys, you see that number on the screen? 1-866-395-3042 again. You guys can join them in Zanzibar, 866-395-3042. Don't miss out. So talk to us, DJ. Listen, you are a highly requested man. They asking how you doing, where you been. Anytime somebody doesn't come on the show for 2 minutes, they're like, how's that person? Are they doing all right? I'm like, they're doing fine. Talk to us, DJ. Introduce yourself to the audience for us today.
Oh, absolutely. Again, welcome. Thank you for having me back again. I'm blessed to be in the presence of an amazing organization, the Classic Climb. If you haven't heard about me, my name is DJ the Money Coach. I'm actually own a financial education practice that has been full up and running for 20 years. Actually celebrated our 20-year anniversary, December 27th of 2022. 2022. Yeah, that's correct. And we actually have worked across the country and internationally with professionals in the middle class that have incomes from 50,000 individuals up to $350,000 household income, and net worth from 100,000 up to $5 million. And I personally have sat down as a licensed professional with over 35,000 people face to face over the past 20 years. Our claim to fame is that we help people become consumer debt free. We help them build 800 credit scores, and then we help them buy businesses, buy real estate, leverage the tax laws through the 7 spheres of money. And what the 7 spheres of money is, ladies and gentlemen, I actually created a system that actually puts in place accounting practices, insurance practices, banking relationships, financial planning practices, real estate practices, estate planners, and legal planners. And all of these people on our staff are licensed professionals that work in corporate America and have worked with top companies like ExxonMobil, PricewaterhouseCoopers House, Chase Bank, YMCA, State of Illinois Attorney General's Office, State of Michigan, and the list goes on and on and on. And most recently, we have done, Melvin and myself, the financial education ERISA open enrollments for the Montgomery Regional Airport in Alabama. We did all of their financial education from the CEO, Marshall, down to the janitor, and we get paid to go across the country providing financial education and stewardship. Once we do that, Erica, we actually sit people down and actually give them a plan of action and give them an assessment of their finances, and they work with our team. We put them on budgets, we pay down their debt, we show them how to get their credit scores up to 800, we show them how to pay off their homes in 7 to 10 years debt free without any trickery, which is basic principles of success. And then we show them how to access 7 different asset classes, Erica, that I personally own, operate, and manage over 8 figures worth of assets personally. I have become consumer debt free at one point in time. I had a 525 credit score about 20 something years ago, and I had over $60,000 worth of consumer debt. I was able to read a small chapter in a book called The Road to Wealth by Susie Orman, and I worked myself out of that $60,000 worth of debt. I never filed bankruptcy. Within 12 months in the analog world, I raised my 525 credit score to 700. 24 months within that, again, in the analog world, I raised my credit score to 800, and my credit score has been above 800 over 15 years. Not only did I do that, Erica, I paid off all my debt, did not file any bankruptcies, and in 2002, I was able to get myself consumer debt free. And 6 years later, Erica, in 2008, I actually had certified a six-figure income and a seven-figure net worth. And the reason why I know that, Erica, is because I was audited by the IRS. And since that time, I have built 12 different businesses over the course of 25 years. 8 of them were learning practices to get my teeth, sharp and a real bona fide entrepreneur. 4 of those businesses, Erica, have reached 7 figures in revenue. And we actually have a business that's actually getting right now to hit 8 figures. And by 2027, probably 2030, it's going to be a 9-figure business. And that business is actually a multi-million-dollar resort, luxury resort that I'm building in Zanzibar that is 2/3 complete right now. And we're about to head back over for our 2nd annual tourist business owner wealth conference in July, which will be there from July 17th to July 25th. And I am actually hopping on a plane first thing tomorrow around about 12 noon. I'll be headed to Atlanta to be the keynote speaker for the largest Black travel expo in the country, called blacktravelexpo.com. I'm going to be the keynote speaker. Out of all the speakers, I'm closing out the event, and I will be teaching and training specifically people how to build businesses, buy real estate, leverage the tax laws, and get residency in Zanzibar full board. So that's our story, and we stick to it. And the great thing about it, Erica, is that our professionals, again, have 15, 20 years of expertise. All of them are licensed professionals, including myself, and we don't deviate from the plan. So that's our story. We're excited. We got a lot of great things going on. And right now, as a community, our people collectively across the board are spending over $100 billion in tourism dollars just alone. And unfortunately, Erica, we don't even own more than 1% of the equity and ownership, but we're creating a lot of profit and a lot of revenue for an industry that's giving us no love. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm always excited to come and share the expertise in the 7 spheres of money with you and the amazing Classy Climb members.
Man, listen, you guys, I'm just for a hot second, I always want to bring the hottest guests on, the guests that are well educated, they're certified, they know what they're talking about. Just to give y'all a ping shot, this is CNC Travel. This is how powerful we are. From 2019, DJ, my coach, 2019, we had $63 billion in travel dollars. And just like that, in the course of a couple years, we are now at, what is it, 109 billion? You said 109 or 104
Yep.
billion?
Yep.
And just in a couple years. So companies are and marketing and people are going to start having to do what? Tailor their companies, their brands to do what? Focus on us as consumers. And again, we see lots of videos of young ladies traveling. We think they're influencers, but really, if you think back, a DJ, what was it? The Essence Festival was in Morocco. What, like 2007, 2009? And the Moroccan people were just like, who are all these Black Americans? But it brought, I'm pretty sure, millions of dollars to Moroccan economy via the Essence Festival. So we are out here, you guys. I just wanted to show you that real quick. I always tell you, don't take our word for it. Look it up. But on a serious tip, like, that's powerful. That's billions of dollars, DJ.
Yeah,
I brought you
billions
on
of
because
dollars. But again, I don't think
Yeah.
that our audience pays attention. We are only getting pennies, Erica. We are the creators, the innovators, and the cultivators, but we are not the equity and ownership earners. I'm going to say that again, ladies and gentlemen. We are the creators, innovators, and cultivators, but we don't get the equity and the ownership. So we blow up things like Clubhouse, TikTok, real estate, business, and we make a lot of people wealthy.
Atlanta.
And we're excited about getting a pat on the back. I just don't subscribe to that, Erica. We subscribe to 3 core philosophies that I adhere to. Number 1, we ought to be practicing cooperative economics. That's number 1. Number two, we ought to be leveraging our network because your network is the direct correlation to your net worth. And if you're the smartest person or the most accomplished in your network, you're in the wrong network. You need to access a higher network. And then number three, we need to create our own ecosystems. So what we have built over 20 years, the 7 spheres of money is an ecosystem, Erica. And you and I participate in an ecosystem together interdependently. You created the Classy Climb. That's an ecosystem. And I created the 7 spheres of money, which is an ecosystem. And we come together collectively to build the two most important words that you should burn in your brain. If you guys never see me ever again, you should never have a dialogue from a mindset if it doesn't pertain to equity and ownership. As you're watching this in a replay right now, I want you to say to yourself, what is my equity and ownership that I'm creating all these millions of dollars for somebody else? And then you will change on a dime and start thinking differently. Because if you don't have equity and ownership, you are really losing out. And in our community, we have middle class income, Erica, but we don't have middle class wealth. And there's a book called The Hidden Cost of Being an African American by Dr. Shapiro. Okay. In that book, it is a case study. I don't read fictional books, Erica. I actually read business books that are actually administered and applied by in B schools like the University of Chicago, Stanford University, the top Northwestern, the top business schools, Harvard business school, top business schools in the country. I actually study their white papers, Erica, and I look at the economy and I ask myself one question: how do I get more equity and ownership for my community, for my family, and my surrounding ecosystem? But generally what we do, as you showed those influencers who went to Morocco, what they like to do, Erica, they like to get a consultant fee on the front end, which they think they're making a lot of money, but it's really peanuts. And I mean, even if somebody paid you a consultant fee of $250,000, the rule of thumb is they're making 10x of what they're paying.
Man, so maybe sometimes 100x.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's the minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
So that's the minimum. So what generally happens in our community, because we don't build businesses, we don't take the time to do the hard work to build the ecosystem. We need to have that money quick. So we'll charge some high exorbitant consultant fees and think we're doing well. But the reality is, if you get hurt and you lose your ability to physically make that money, you have no wealth. But conversely, if you actually have an asset, a digital asset, a residential property, a mobile home, an apartment building, a cash flowing service oriented building based on memberships, which is what all corporate America has done. I mean, like for instance, Microsoft Office, you can't get that in a copy anymore. It's a membership. Salesforce, it's a membership. Adobe, it's a membership. And they have networks that these people need to use these services over and over, which is creating residual income. So what we need to focus on, Erica, is the equity and the ownership. And you need to live by cooperative economics, practice that, leverage your network, and then most importantly, take the time and the effort to build your own ecosystem. Because Erica, you're either part of somebody's ecosystem, creating wealth for them, or you're creating wealth for yourself. And the reality is, it only takes 2 to 5 years, Erica. That's the funny part about it. You can literally start today and buy one property. Let's say it cost you $100,000 and it netted you 10% in return, net operating income, 10%, right? So you bought one property. And let's say you were fortunate enough to only put 10% down, which is $10,000. So you make a 10% return and you're like, that's not a lot of money. But the reality is, I do that for 5 straight years. I have myself $500,000 worth of assets. And now I have myself a 50% return on my money because that's a multiplier. See, a lot of people don't realize that. I was talking to a member the other day and they were talking about when they were living in Atlanta at a corporation, they had a chance to buy a property in 2018 for $100,000. That property today, Erica, selling for $470,000.
I'm telling you, DJ, we're here in Texas. You've seen it. If we knew what we knew 5 years ago, we'd buy up everything beside us in Texas.
Man, I'd have bought everything in Austin.
If I could go back 5 years when I'd been offered different properties and I was like, I don't want that thing for 135, 165. You can't even get 135, 165 in Austin anywhere.
Right.
Anywhere.
And that's funny you say that. So there's another book I want to share with your audience. It's called The Roaring, ROARING 2000. The Roaring 2000s. This book, again, a case study written by Harry S. Dent Jr. It talks about what's called S-curve economics. And S-curve economics, Erica, is about early adoption. So people who are early adopters, they create these massive disruptive technologies like Chat GPT. And they can only afford it to actually utilize it to get all the bugs out. But once it goes into general acceptance mode, which usually takes about 2 to 5 years. So in the early adoption phase, ladies and gentlemen, that's from 0, which is the introduction of the technology, to 10%. At 10%, the influencers, they parade and use it because the maker gives them the stuff for free and allows them to test it to their market. And now they test it to their market. Now the price of the technology comes down incrementally, like the Moore's law. Every 18 months, a computer or a chip becomes obsolete, right? But now it's really every 6 months. So here's what happened in S-curve economics. Once it gets to the influencer now has the great, network that they put the products and service in the hands and people start to use it. And then it goes up from 10% to 70% over the next 5 years. And it goes up to the top of the mountain, which creates an S. Thus it's called the S-curve economics. At that point, Erica, it saturates and stabilizes and either falls off. And usually, Erica, we're on the influencer side. And again, we're not on the equity and ownership side because we are generally in need of major money up front. And we generally don't invest in ourselves because we can't see 2 years down the road. And we damn sure can't see 5 years down the road. And I'll give you a great example. So my son just completed his junior year on an all full engineering scholarship at University of Texas. Now, his first year off of campus was his sophomore year. He had to pay $450 for sharing a room off campus. But today, he's got a 1-bedroom in a group home type of unit that he's paying $1,100 a month. Now, my son told me his friends would not want to rent from me as their landlord. I told my son, you're very misinformed. But I said,
it's very common.
Yeah,
very common in college.
Very common. But I should have just went ahead and bought something anyway, but I didn't because I didn't want to infringe on his relationship with his buddies. But in 2 years, it's gone up almost 300%. Literally in 2020, I could have bought a house that he was living in for about $300,000, and that house, if I would have put 10% down, would have made me a 5x return on appreciation, and on the passive income, it would have made me about a 40% ROI month to month. That's the importance of parts. So you have to follow the trends and get there before everybody else. And think about this, Erica. Just 2.5 years ago, you called me up about 11 o'clock at night, about December 27th of 2021, and you said you got a bucket list trip that you and I have been talking about 6-8 months prior, and boom, here we are. And now we're building an 8-figure, multi-million-dollar luxury resort. Not only are we building one, Erica, but we're also building a second one that we just launched on June 2nd, 5 days ago. And that's on a sliver. But we have the wisdom to trust our network. We have the wisdom to trust our cooperative economics. And then we have the wisdom to know how to incorporate this into our own ecosystem. And now today, Zanzibar, Erica, has been rated the #1 tourist destination in all of Africa. And I would have never known that was going to happen. So guess what has happened to the value of our resort with that publication that's called The Citizen, and it's world renowned to our resort. It actually increased the value of our resort by almost 20% with that publication.
Facts. Listen, you guys, I'm telling you, there's several things he just said. I was gonna let him finish his thought though. The first things first is a lot of influencers, a lot of internet folks that the course money has slowed down. They didn't long-term plan, and I will tell you, you can tell from the different YouTube channels. It's whoever bought a home, they're enjoying equity right now. Some of the van life people got out of the van, bought a home. Some of the international travel people bought property in Portugal. Somebody just said Portugal in the comments. Portugal, Colombia, Belize. But the problem is in our community, we're treating these destinations as vacation. And I told people when they went with me to Panama, I said, the only reason if I'm coming to Panama once a quarter, I'm paying flights, I'm paying housing. I'm paying overpriced prices to stay there. I mean, we even saw one place where they were paying 400 a night in Panama. And I said,
Hmm.
dude, you could buy this whole thing for 40K. What? So when I travel and everybody says you should just travel freely and enjoy. Yeah, I'm all about traveling for free. But like when me and DJ went, if you got eyes, you can see. First thing I said is, man, I wish I could get me a Sprinter van. I said the same thing DJ when I went to Panama. I was like, if I could own a Sprinter van or two and have someone manage it, I would be doing great because there's nonstop flights from people coming into these countries. And so Zanzibar, we knew at the time during right before COVID or whatever, they had started to have changes. They started to allow leasing of land. The Dubai right now is controlling their airport. I mean, so if you know Dubai, if you know anything about Dubai, when they're getting ready to go somewhere, it's about to get expensive. So you should you should check it out before they finish getting into it and getting it really expensive. But the thing is, we our community is marketed to as consumers. Just come, travel, don't think about it. Just drink and drink your heart's desire. The people I know who've been to Dominican Republic at least 4 times a year for the past 5 years straight, I'm like, you could have owned a condo. You could have owned anything in those cities and states and let it pay you to come visit it, right? DJ, I mean, essentially, your resort's going to pay you to visit at least 2, 3 times a year. And that's the best part. Go ahead.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Erica. And you know what the funny thing is? We actually also bought a 2-bedroom luxury condominium that actually is now finished, fully decorated, and we're actually going to give your members the opportunity to stay over there for 1/10 of the price to stay over there to celebrate everybody in the organization for this limited amount of time. And what you just said about Panama is so funny because the condominium I invested all cash, around about $80,000, and now that is worth almost $130,000, Erica. And right now, during kite season, that condominium yields $250 to $350 a night, and I owe not one penny on it, Erica. Not one penny. Matter of fact, we have a video to show your group how it looks, and I am immediately allowing people to come stay there for a song. I mean, literally, we're going to give people, Erica, the ability to actually go for 7 days, 6 nights. We're going to throw in an excursion included as well, and they can go there, Erica, for as little as $499 to celebrate our accomplishment in cooperative economics, leveraging our network, and building another ecosystem internationally, because the fruit's on the tree, and the reality is we are owners, baby. And that separates us from 98% of the people you see on these platforms all day, twice on Sunday. We're extremely excited about that. And what we're also excited about is now, Erica, we're starting to get some hedge fund companies that are looking at us because, like you said, everybody wants to be in Zanzibar now, and there's no more land available in the area where we're building in Paje because we own it all, Erica. Me and my development partner, we own all of the prime beachfront in Paje, and Paje is like going down the South Beach. It's like going to the Hamptons. It's like going to Malibu. So just think about this, ladies and gentlemen, what Erica said. You're going over to these luxury vacations 2-3 times a year, and you're having a great time. And that money that you're spending to go over there, you could actually be an owner and still get the same benefits. This is what Robert Kiyosaki, Erica, taught Melvin, my partner, for 19 years in person. We met Robert Kiyosaki, and if my memory serves me correctly, it was either 2000 or 2002. We actually met Robert Kiyosaki personally, and Melvin had the wisdom to become Robert Kiyosaki's first official affiliate to actually be the moderator for his game Cash Flow. Think about this, Erica. 2000 or 2002, Melvin becomes the first, affiliate to play the Cash Flow game, and we're playing at a hotel in Matson, Illinois. That was the Hyatt, the Holiday Inn, and the people actually paid Robert Kiyosaki a ton of money to come play the game with their real financial budget. And we taught them how to do balance sheets, income statements. And while they were playing this, and only like 5% of people got out of the rat race on the game, when those people got out the rat race, you know what we did, Erica? We sold them a real estate investment piece. We sold them residential property because they understood that passive income was the key to long-term wealth. That was almost 20 years ago, Erica. And when Robert Kiyosaki told us, he said, if there's any hobby that you have that you're really interested in, you ought to make it a business and you'll get to use it as a hobby, but get the benefits of taxes and the benefit of ownership. And once he said that to me, Erica, I never stopped doing it, even if I can only do a little bit. That's the reality. And our people don't get it. But we're going to give it to them and celebrate them, because that's the benefit of leveraging these networks at the end of the day. So you now have the #1 destination in Africa on the planet, and it's also in the top 10 in the whole world for the most exotic destinations. And guess what, Erica? They now are calling Zanzibar the Maldives of East Africa.
So on the screen, if you guys can see right here, we put TripAdvisor and several other companies have named it 2023 must see Zanzibar. It made the list. It's like the top of the list. And so also when he was talking about the Roaring 20s book, I put the link inside the chat just because I know you'll be like, what is the book? I don't want you to ask me 50 questions later in the comments. There's the link to the book he was referring to. Okay. Susie Orman, you've heard her talk about Susie Orman before, so you can look her up. But as you can see, beautiful, clear water, amazing, made the list. You guys, we saw, and I make a joke, whenever you go somewhere, you see Germans freely walking around, that means the Germans know what's up. You know what I mean? Like the Germans make sure they go a place or two. So if you guys can see the screen again, Zone Town, Stone Town, several other places. I mean, again, beautiful. No matter the city, no matter the place you're picking, blue, clear water. Again, when somebody says Traveler's Choice 2023 best of best believe people are definitely checking out. Look at that amazing photo.
Look at that, baby.
It's amazing.
And yep, I'll be there in 3 weeks, baby. I can't wait. We're taking another 10, 15 people with us. We have a lot of new exciting announcements, and everything that I'm going to be doing tomorrow until Sunday, I'm going to provide to your Classy Climb people if they're wise enough to invest in themselves, Erica. Because here's one of the challenges is that we're always looking for free, but I've never seen free get you free. If you're not willing to invest in yourself and surround yourself with a great team, then you're only going to get what free can offer you. But we are going to give your organization a tremendous discount to just celebrate this major accomplishment, because now that the hedge fund companies are looking at our resort opportunity, because it's evaluating in appreciation with the new, awards that is winning. Now everybody want to get on. There's a saying, they don't want to be the first one on the bus, but they don't want to be the last one on the bus. And usually the pioneer is the one that never gets the real reward. But this pioneer here, because we have a system, Erica, of 20 years, and I have top tier attorneys, I have top tier CPA firms, I have top tier, mortgage bankers, I have top tier relationships in the financial wealth circle. I get advice at a 10 times higher level than I can ever imagine that I would be able to learn in a short period of time, Erica. So when I'm in those rooms and I'm sharing these ideas, they're telling me yes or no. And when they tell me yes, they say, hey, put your money in, show me that you can get it going in 18 to 24 months, and I'll come behind you and pick it up after that. So that's where we are right now, Erica. We're right on the cusp, CUSP, that our resort will be fully done by the end of December, and we will do a grand launch for our luxury residential resort. And then we're actually going to have quarterly trips to our resort, because we are establishing with the Black Travel Expo an annual trip for their members to go. We're actually going to have an annual trip with a high-end concierge company. We're also going to have an annual trip that's every quarter with a musical festival. So just like Essence Festival, Erica, we're going to create our own Pom Pom Lifestyle Festival, which is called the Pom Pom Whiteout Festival, which will happen generally around August. And
stop playing. Pom Pom White Festival.
There you go. Hey, it's a movement.
It's good.
People think I'm just being funny with the Plenty of Money, Peace of Mind.
Folks got to bring their white.
This is a movement, Erica, that I've been investing in since 2000. It's a movement, literally. And then we have the most important piece is the Wealth and Health Conference for business owners to actually build business in Zanzibar. So I'm literally, Erica, going through the process right now to get my residency, because I own over 6 figures worth of assets in, Zanzibar. And once my property is reappraised, I now will be a resident within the next 6 months. And when you're resident, you now can get traditional loans and a lot of the benefits that foreign, investors cannot, Erica. So I will educate all the serious players how to do that. And the resort for me, Erica, is a Trojan horse. Here's why I say this, ladies and gentlemen, is because the resort generates other business to business opportunities just for maintenance, waste management, picking up of the external garbage, right? Transportation, cleaning, concierge. And the most important one, Erica, is excursions. So guess what we also had the wisdom to do, Erica? We're going to own about 20 to 30% in 3 of those 5 companies that are on the ground in Zanzibar with other Zanzibarians who look just like us, Erica. So this trip that we're going back to close our deal on the excursion company that we've been using the last 2 years we've been there, and also with the transportation company. And we're submitting our bid to actually get 5% of the commercial cleaning contracts for the entire resort. And since our developer is the largest developer in Zanzibar, and now they're starting to build their 5th development, which began on June 2nd, we're actually going to be putting a bid in on that as well, Erica. So just think about that. Let that seep in. Think about cooperative economics,
Partnerships.
mm-hmm. And I'm creating another ecosystem in Zanzibar, and I actually basically going to have 2.0 DJ the Money Coach Corporation in Zanzibar as a staple in the fintech world. Think about that. Let that seep in. And that all began with a sliver of a conversation that you called me at 11 o'clock at night 2.5 years ago. And I was just in the position, thank goodness, to actually take that trip, make that deposit, don't even think twice about it. And then when I realized that it was ahead of the game because I had already seen this in Playa del Carmen,
Mm-hmm.
with Hotel Iscar Rey, I said, I'm all in. And I was the only person in America in my first inner circle that was willing to take that calculated risk, Erica. And now it's paying off tenfold for everybody that's involved in the project with us, because we had the wisdom to execute on the equity and ownership side. And we did cooperative economics. We leveraged our network, and we already had an ecosystem that gave us stability. That's the key point. And what's the most important piece, Erica, that we've been able to raise capital, with other people's money through business credit opportunities, interest-free for 18 months. So not only can we do this, but we can educate your people how to get it done. And it's not just in Zanzibar, Erica. We
Mm-hmm.
do this domestically across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just going to be talking about opportunities in Zanzibar at this, conference that I'm the keynote speaker at. I'm going to be talking about things that you can do right here in the United States of America that you can do anywhere if you have this ecosystem together. So that's really what the key point about it. And most importantly, guess what? I'm going to give your audience a chance to actually see me doing this live via stream. Think about that.
Sure,
you may
sure.
not be able to get to the ATL, but you might want to get this information. They're going to have the passport people there, Erica.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have TSA there, Erica. And
Mm-hmm.
we all know right now, if you're trying to get ClearLink or anything like that to travel, internationally to shorten your pain of having to take your shoes off and all this stuff, it's backed up just to get an appointment. I literally, because of my network, I filed late and I was able to get an interview, get my application approved in less than 30 days. And right now in Texas, it's about 3 to 6 month wait. Think about that. 3 to 6 month wait, but I leveraged my network and I was able to get this. So at the Black Travel Expo, they're actually literally going to have the passport people, the TSA people, and they're actually going to be starting the process for teenagers. I can't believe, Erica, how little of the people in our community don't even have passports, yet alone for their own children.
Tell you, it's
there I am,
the military. Yeah, I'm going to it. I'm joining it. So the military, people make fun of the military, but I'm telling you, look at all these people. I'm telling you, the military is giving access to people to have passports. Out of 45 million African Americans, I think we're only at 3 million with passports right now. I think it's 3.5 million. That's it. And I would bet a high percentage of those folks are military retired, military kids like myself. Even now, where people are holding up passport cards, we're like, you can only go in certain countries with that, right? Right. I remember being a teenager, and going on the cruise when they, after 9/11 happened, you had to start bringing a passport, and people were bringing their birth certificates to the cruise boats. And the people were looking at them like they were crazy. Like, what are you doing? What are you
No,
bringing here? So again, you guys, I really want you to understand the concept of, and a prime example of what we've been talking about, DJ, and something you said earlier. We'll jump on a trend. We'll travel, we'll go somewhere, we see it on the news, even Turo and Airbnb. But the problem that got a lot of people in trouble is they didn't own the property they were Airbnb. People that own their properties at Airbnb, it's no problem. But what happened is you had all these people in Atlanta and different places who were what? Renting an apartment and trying to turn it into an Airbnb. And the best thing I can explain to you is if you're going overseas and you're going to continue to go once a quarter, which is every, 3 months, if you do the math on how much it costs, you owning a location and it being rented out while you're gone, this is something that's not new. This is old. Like if you actually look up, there's a company called like Lifestyles, whatever, and that's what they encourage, right? You take your kids skiing, own a condo where the ski lodge is. You take your kids off into this hiking location, own something there. It talks about ownership. And we are going to struggle in our community until we can look at the fact that we need to own some of these places we are visiting. If you look at there is a girl who went famous, DJ. She's not Chinese. She's Korean, but she speaks Spanish, perfect Spanish, and she went viral during the Olympics. Well, kind of find out her family had left South Korea, moved to Mexico, opened up a restaurant, and bought a lot of property down there. And it's when people of other races go places, they know, hey, I can go own stuff, I can buy stuff, we can be heavily invested in this area, and it's just taking a little bit longer for us. So this is something I want you guys to see, so you can see the expo he's talking about.
Yep, yep.
Because I know
And
once we get out of here,
I will be broadcasting my show, Family Finances, Friday with DJ the Money Coach live on site, and I'll be bringing a couple of people up, interviewing some of these speakers that you're showing here. We'll just be, like the man about on the crowd for that Friday, and then Saturday I am the last financial speaker of the whole entire conference. What does that say? When you go to a concert and you want to go see, Boys to Men, they have Jodeci open up, which is a great group, one of my favorite groups.
Jodeci, yeah.
They have Mr. Charlie, right? But who do people come to see? They came to see Boys to Men.
Yeah.
And I went on that concert tour. Guess what? I missed Jodeci because they usually, start late. They started on time. I got there 15 minutes late. I missed them. But here's the moral of the story. I had tickets that ran me for two people almost $700. But it was worth every penny. But they were the last show, and they were the showstoppers. Everybody came to see them. So anytime somebody is the flagship last speaker at an event, what that means, ladies and gentlemen, they have more value to offer the entire organization and the actual entire event. Doesn't mean that they're special. It's just that they have put more work in, and they've been doing their craft longer, and they have more stronger relationships. So what these people want from me is to show them how to bridge the gap. And since it is a tourist, conference, we're going to be talking about that $109 billion. And what I'm going to blow their top on, Erica, is how to get on the side of being 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% equity and ownership people instead of just, influencers that are making us more. Because next year it's probably going to be over $125 billion. But the question I'm going to ask your people, how much are you going to own? I'm going to ask your people three questions. Number one, I want you to make three choices. Number one, get the free stuff. Okay. Number two, get yourself educated. Get yourself in front of a master class with professionals that can tell you A, B, C, and D, actually how to accomplish the objective that you're trying to accomplish. And then the last one, I'm going to ask you, do you want to take a bite out of, Zanzibar? So our theme for Zanzibar is take a bite out of Zanzibar. B, buy. I, invest. T, travel. And E, exclusively experience the best paradise with DJ the Money Coach. So we're going to give them two pathways and do a live masterclass next Wednesday. And then we're going to do a live masterclass from Zanzibar and a live stream. I'm actually going to tour all of our properties, Erica, live for the people who are wise enough to, take advantage of the stream. And I'm also going to show them the process of what it takes to buy real estate, start businesses, and create residency live in Zanzibar with the actual people from the Zanzibar government, ownership, developers that you would not have access to if it wasn't for this beautiful network called Classy Climb with Erica Williams. We're going to provide that to your people tonight, Erica, and give them 2 top-tier consultations on top of that, and it's all for less than a couple of $100. That's crazy. The live stream itself is probably worth to you, if you're serious, several $100s. The consultations, it goes without saying, they're worth thousands of dollars. So if I'm you, the first 10 people only, Erica, will get both live streams, and that will be done. The first 10 people, you get a live stream of my keynote speech on Saturday. You get a live stream of my show live at the Black Travel Expo. We've had a lot of people say they wanted to participate and come, but they couldn't last minute notice. So we said, let's live stream it for them. In addition to that, I'm going to give your group a live stream from Zanzibar on the 23rd or the 24th of July. And I'm going to take you step by step what I did to acquire this multi-million-dollar resort, because I have the actual receipts. And on top of that, Erica, we're going to give them a chance to take advantage of a luxury, vacation that you and I paid 3x more than that for our first go around. So I think that's one of the exciting things. Matter of fact, I think might be a great time just to share with them the next little information
for sure,
that they can, see what we're talking about and how beautiful it is.
Hey, you guys, while we're getting ready to upload this video, drop in the comments what's a place in your mind you've wanted to travel to. I think it's always important for you guys to speak it into existence so you can kind of acknowledge, okay, how can I get there? Somebody said, are we talking about Zanzibar and Tanzania? Yes, we are. That is exactly what we're talking about.
That's exactly. We're talking about the Zanzibar on the beautiful coast of East Africa in the Indian Ocean. So Zanzibar is parallel to Tanzania, just like Puerto Rico is to the United States. Okay? And Zanzibar is its own economy, but because the beauty of it, here's my 2-bedroom condominium sitting on the Indian Ocean that's available for you right now today.
My baby, my Valentine. Can I hit the Mickey with the temperature? If you leave me a good time, I swear. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. I'm loving the thought of me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never did it back at this street. Open up, make us feel. Yeah, my love, one thing. We make a bad man sing.
Tell you, man, paradise has never been better.
Hey, we're the Johnsons. Last week, we had our complimentary consultation with DJ and decided to rock with DJ, the money coach, because he seemed very knowledgeable about ways we could refinance and pay off our 15-year mortgage within the next 5 to 7 years, which will save us thousands of dollars in the process.
And based on the help that DJ gave us with our mortgage, we felt confident that he would also be able to assist us in other areas of our life, such as investing, real estate, and also a startup business.
So the biggest thing is in the comment, you guys, participation is key. There's 99 people in here. Drop your city and state in the chat, or drop where you'd love to travel to. Reason I do that is again, you guys, participation is key. We already see Brandy L said Tahiti. Someone said Paris and Japan. So, again, it always looks, I always tell people, you're thinking about visiting places, you're going to go there multiple times, have an investment into that place. It's too easy to, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's too easy to buy real estate overseas. You know what I mean? Someone said, oh, wow, that is great. I spent 8 months in Tanzania. Are you tapped with Dr. Harnett? Do you know a Dr. Harnett, DJ? I don't know.
No, I do not know Dr. Harnett. Would love to meet Dr. Harnett, but I do not know Dr. Harnett. So I have not been on the actual land of Tanzania. I've only been on the island of Zanzibar. I have not yet gone to Tanzania or Dar es Salaam, and I just spend most of my time on the island of Zanzibar conducting our business. So if that's a great person, would love to connect. Always trying to connect with other people with the right mindset as it pertains to the diaspora.
How could she email that to your staff? Is there an
Oh
email?
yeah, she can email to nick@djthemoneycoach.com. Nick@djthemoneycoach.com.
For sure,
We'd
for
be
sure.
more than happy to make the introduction. Like I said, I'll be in Zanzibar for 3 weeks. So practically the whole month of July, I'll be in Zanzibar taking care of business, getting the residency done for myself, and start to facilitate for some of our investors. And we also excited. We actually had put a couple of the units on the market. We put 5 units on the market, and we only put those on the market, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of April. And already 3 out of 5 have been sold, and we only have 2 left. That's how hot Zanzibar is. And we're not selling any more units. We were just getting a taste to let people know how it works. And it's been overwhelming to see the success of that, little marketing campaign that we've done. And then we're just, happy about what's coming together all collectively, is that people are seeing it, and now they're getting the education. Now they're raising their consciousness, and they actually, getting themselves out of debt. They're getting themselves, financial plans done for them, putting themselves on budgets, which we do in terms of the assessments. We stick to the basics, Erica, at first and foremost. It's not about Zanzibar and exotic, acquisitions. It's really about taking care of the home front. And first thing is become consumer debt free. If you don't have great credit personally, then get your credit where it needs to be so that you can become in a position to leverage credit the proper way and not use it the wrong way. The third thing is pay off, your home if you have the ability to pay off your home. And then the fourth thing is build relationships with 3 professionals. This is one of the biggest things that we're missing in our community. We are too reactionary. What do I mean by that? You only talk to your accountant when it's time to file your taxes at the end of the year. But if you're serious about business or even about being a professional, you should have a conversation with your accountant at least twice a year. If you're really serious, you should be talking to your accountant every 90 days at a minimum. So that's one relationship you should have on a regular basis. The second relationship you should have with a financial planner. That financial planner will take care of, your living, trust, take care of your will, take care of your power of attorney. And not only that, they will take care of all your securities and your insurance vehicles that you need to have in place. So that's the second relationship. And then the third relationship is an attorney. So if you're making right now about $85,000 to $150,000 a year, you need to have those 3 relationships, and you need to be corresponding and working with them collectively in concert every 90 days, no less than twice a year. And if you start doing that today and you haven't done it within 5 years, and you just acquire one basic asset and pay off your home in the next 7 to 10 years, you'll be 90% ahead of everybody that's in your circle that you deal with on a regular basis. And you'll be so grateful that you've done that. You'll be well off. You'll have a peace of mind. You'll have a quality of life that's second to none. And then when an opportunity like Zanzibar comes along, you'll be in position to actually take advantage of it and leverage it at the terms that you want. That's really all what we've done, Erica. We haven't done anything special, but we've been working. And I always try to tell people this from zero. As long as you have your health, you could be $250,000 in debt. But if you have your health and you're active, the first year that you endeavor into any business or any, side hustle, you should be looking to gain experience and getting the most education you possibly can. You shouldn't be chasing the dollar. The second year, you should now build up the experience and start getting more better at identifying opportunities and actually being better at solution solving. The third year, you automatically will have become the residential expert in a niche, and you will now be in high demand. And how do I know that's true, ladies and gentlemen? I give you 3 guesses. First 2 don't count. The majority of our team at Duransburg International and DJ the Money Coach are young professionals that have been with us 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, and 1 year. And most of them, once they got to 1.5 years with us, they actually have crossed the 6-figure income. And they actually have bought 1 asset per year that they participate in. And the oldest person on our team, Erica, is Nick. who you know that's only 32 years of age. He's been with
young,
me for
young.
4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and Nick owns assets in everything that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Kadera. She's
Mhm.
26. And she's
Kadera.
invested in everything that we do. Then we have Financially Free D, who just blew up in less than 6 months. Her business went over 6 figures
Mm-hmm.
in less than 6 months. And you know why that is, Erica? Is because it's like raising children. There's no manual to raising that first child you have. So
Right.
all that crap you go through when you have the second child, you know what not to do and what to do. And then if you're fortunate to have a third child, you just accelerate the growth process. And if you have a fourth child like I do, man, it's like walking on water. So that person that comes into the network after the first 3, they're getting nothing but all the things to do right. And if they do it, they should be accelerating faster than anybody. And that's what we miss about our community. We trying to do it quickly instead of build it methodically, slow paced, and not be worried about the initial income, but build the wealth. And in 2 to 5 years, you can be absolutely free. So what I would encourage your people to do is to actually take participation. And even if you're not going to Zanzibar, you still need the education that we're providing for you. Because think about it. In our master class, you're actually going to get my CPA firm,
Right.
Emerge Financial, that can tell you about all taxes, domestic, and everything. You're also going to get the #1 and #2 financial planners, in my humble but expert opinion, from the West Coast, Nikki Cannon, who's on Forbes magazine cover of October last year.
Right.
And she has over 90-something agents across the country and manages well over 9 figures.
Right.
Then you're going to have my partner, Melvin Hobson, of 19 years. He's not only a fully licensed professional in every securities, but he's also has the highest level of certification in the human resources. Melvin generally does best business practices for corporation CEOs of human resource departments. So you're going to have him.
Plus
Then
he's
on
6
top
foot
of
11.
that's right. Exactly. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, then you're going to get our technology person, Kadera, who's a technology guru who puts all our automation and everything together. And then you're going to get the person that can actually help you acquire the asset, Financially Free D, to train you how she was able to accumulate over $350,000 worth of business lines of credit, not credit cards, Erica, but real business lines of credit that require you to put packages together to get the loans and to get the interest free, which he's done for a multitude of companies that make 7 figures. So think about that. If you just plug into this masterclass, and on top of that, I'm going to give you 2 bonuses for the first 10 people to get the live stream from the conference and then get the live stream from Zanzibar. Man, you're going to spend that this week going out to the movies. For 2 people, you're going to spend the same amount of money.
You
You're
sure
gonna get
are.
a great experience. You're
And
going
some
to get some good
popcorn, maybe.
popcorn, and all you're going to have is an experience. But with us, you're going to have some assets, and you're going to be on the road to the Pom Pom lifestyle movement. Plenty of money and peace of mind. That's what it's all about.
Peace of mind. And I think you froze for a second, DJ. You froze for a second, DJ, but you back. You back. I was gonna say, well, you heard it, the piece of money, plenty of money, peace of mind. I have a hot button question for you, but it's your experience. You can answer it.
Sure.
So, the reason I bring DJ on is because of the climate of like everybody can just hop on the internet and say anything they want. And you guys believe them, but I like bringing seasoned, experienced people. Even so much so that Kadira, when she came on, I still have some very famous people out of Atlanta who are like, "Hey, what's her email?" I'm like, "You got to follow the link. Can't skip a step, right?" So, DJ, this is what happened, and you tell us what was the best way you could have worked with this young person. Someone had a lawsuit, a medical malpractice lawsuit. They got $3 million. They gave $1 million to someone in the real estate market, and that person's disappeared with their money. And the first thing I go is, you just got $3 million. What would you have told that person to do? They just got a landslide. What would you tell that person to do financially from the ground up?
So the first thing that they should have done is, if they didn't have, Erica, a will, a trust, and a relationship with an attorney and a CPA, that would have been the first things that I would have done before they spend not $1. The second thing we would have done after that, Erica, is we would assess what type of financial investor that they are. That's the second thing. And it's so funny you said that, because I'm working with a very sharp couple right now that we have been talking to their high-end attorney who's a great attorney. And when you're doing everything right, the questions that they ask you, you don't have a problem being transparent. So with that person, I'm going to make sure that they get their will, their living trust together. I'm going to make sure they put them on a budget and not just be spending everything, but put them on a fixed budget of what their reoccurring expenses are. And then after that, once we figure out what their budget is and what level of education they have, because they came in 2-3 million, but they may have a $30,000 financial education.
Bingo, bingo.
You follow me? So that person should never be giving somebody even $100,000. They should be giving somebody like $5,000 to actually get educated in what it takes to keep the money that they just won in a windfall, albeit it was a medical lawsuit. It's still a windfall. It's more money than you ever seen, so you don't know how to utilize it. So those would be the first thing. And after we've done that, I wouldn't let them acquire anything other than paying off all the debt that they had personally. I'd make sure if they don't have a house, that they buy a house and pay that off and pay off all their discernible debt. And once you do that, after 12 months, Erica, then I will put a strategy together for them to actually start acquiring one asset per year. And the first thing that I would do in conjunction with that, after they went through that full assessment, is I would actually get them an annuity so that they can put that money in and protect themselves from themselves. See, here's what a lot of people don't know about athletes and entertainers that actually succeed and keep their money. When they got a great financial planner, a great CPA, and a great attorney, the first thing that those three people do, Erica, is protect them from their own lack of financial intelligence. So they literally set them up with the right type of insurance policy, and then they set them up with a form of an annuity that they can't touch the money for 15 to 20 years, depending on how old they are. So typically, and most people don't know this, I always give the Allen Iverson story. When Allen Iverson went to play basketball in Turkey, he went there because he was broke. But fortunately for him, his financial planner had put an annuity in place that he couldn't touch it for like 10, 12 years after he got out of the NBA. And once he got to that age, that money came right back to him. So you can get something that's called a lump sum annuity. You can get a 10-year fixed annuity. You can get a 20-year fixed annuity. And what it does is build what they call accumulation, points. And then it pays you a fixed rate of return on the interest. So right now, an annuity in this market would pay you somewhere between 5 to 7% interest. And here's the problem with our people as well. We're always thinking we got to get a 12, 15, 20% rate of return. But great, solid investors, they're happy with a 7% net NOI. You know why, Erica? Because your money will double every 10 years with a 7% rate of return. So if you just protected that person from themselves, and if they did that, they would never even touch the principal, Erica. That's the reality. They would never touch the principal, because if you're getting 7% on $3 million, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's like what? What is 7%? Well, 10% is 300,000. So that would be $210,000 a year, Erica.
Mm-hmm.
Who in this world that's not debt free in America, middle class, that can't survive on $210,000 a year, that's earning them interest and not even touching their principal?
For
so
sure.
That's what I would do. And if they didn't want to do that, I wouldn't even touch them with a 10-foot pole, because you know what will happen? In 3 years, they'll actually be in more debt than the money that they won from the lawsuit. And you know what? They have a cautionary tale with a black lady about 5 years ago. She came into a whole bunch of money, and she was giving money to her church. Her pastor was milking her tithe, and he even sued her for the tithing that she committed based off of her return. She actually won like 80-something million dollars. And in the course of like 3 to 5 years, Erica, she was almost in 20-something million dollars worth of debt.
That's insane. I think I know you're talking about the lady out of North Carolina and the boyfriend. She kept getting out of jail and all this.
Yep, that's
stuff.
the one.
Thank you for answering. First of all, thank you for answering that question. It's been a little hot here on the internet, so much so that and people are like, oh, you guys are judging, but no one's educating people. No, there's plenty of educators out here. You guys just aren't seeking, and sometimes we wait till we're in our worst condition to seek financial education, or we're really ready to make this money flip or something, and we're gonna jump out being this business person. But you really have to, one, work on yourself, and two, educate yourself. I know people hate the answer, invest in yourself, but it's the best answer, because it immediately to be like, I'm sending $1 million to you. How? Where? Are you meeting me at the title company? Let me call my attorney first. Let me call my bank first. Let me call, because I know when he got to the bank, they probably were like, "What is this for?" Do you know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many stopgaps that could have helped this man, and I wanted you to give a professional answer. So thank you so much for that. We'll probably see a clip of that pulled out and showed on the classic
Oh,
line
absolutely. So I mean,
because
at
it's
the
so
end of the
important.
day, that's what it's about. So get yourself a plan, surround yourself with a licensed team of professionals, and they have to have they have to have a track record. So when I go in here to the conference, the first thing is I'm going to show them my track record and my background. You can find me on LinkedIn. It's no secret that I had a corporate sponsored partnership with
Hmm.
Chase Bank last year, and we took 358 professionals through our program in 2 months, and we actually discovered $42 million for those people to utilize to build wealth for them.
Hmm.
That's a fact. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't get around that. I'm also a member of the AMAC, which is called the Aviation Minority Advisory Council. How did I
Hmm.
become a member of that, Erica? It's because I won the contract with the Montgomery Regional Airport to do all their financial education plans, doing open enrollment. And then the CEO was very impressed with what I'd done. He said, "Hey, I'm going to introduce you to AMAC, and AMAC is going to enable you to start doing financial education for other airports across the country." Again, cooperative economics, leverage your network, and then create an ecosystem. So now I have that credential as well.
Hmm.
I'm not only NIL certified as well. So I can actually do name, image, and licensing because I was working with a major university last
Hmm.
year. Actually,
Hmm.
one of the top 5 financial sports universities in the whole world, Erica, they contacted me to begin the NIL program for financial education for their student athletes. These are just facts.
Yeah.
So why would you want to work with somebody who's not proven and has been doing it for a long period of time? And this is why I always share with folks, Erica. I say, if you talk to a person that has assets and equity and they tell you they've never taken an L,
I
I'm going
don't
to run
trust
from them.
that.
I'm going to run from them, Erica, because either they're telling the truth with 9 out of 10 times or not. If they're not, then guess what? It'll immediately come to the surface. There's a lot of these people right now,
Hmm.
Arizona, the East Coast, like you said, the money is drying up and they don't have real assets because they're
Hmm.
making most of all their fees on these, programs that they're just selling to people that they don't actually have the asset itself. But in
Right.
full transparency, they don't be transparent with that. So now you have to look at if they haven't had a downside in their business, which is ebb and flow. That's one coming because that's just the law of averages.
Yeah.
And that's all it is at the end of the day. I just had to get a full roof replaced on my house because that roof was 20 years old.
Yeah.
You think I wanted to replace my roof? No. Guess what? Over time, it wore out, but fortunately, I had the money to pay for it, and it didn't stop what we are doing because we have assets, we have ownership, we have equity, and we have, most importantly, we have cash flow passively, but it didn't happen overnight, ladies and gentlemen. This is 20 years to get where I am, and it took 2 to 5 years to get myself debt free and have a 6 figure income, and it took another 2 to 3 years to eclipse a 7 figure net worth. But I'm more concerned about the 6 figure passive income that we built. That's the most important piece, and being totally consumer debt free. I don't own no debt at all, Erica. The only
For sure.
small debt I have is on some small projects that I have done, but
Hmm.
98% of the stuff that got my name on it, I
Hmm.
own it outright because I paid the price of true wealth building. And that's
Right.
what our people have to do. But we're not willing to do that. But you know what I find out, Erica? The professionals like you and I,
Hmm.
they jump in, they do the programs with us, and they accelerate fast. The ones that don't, they actually are looking for the lottery ticket, and then they'll buy a program, and they're so quick to try to tell you, oh, it's not working, but they don't show up to a meeting.
They
They don't
aren't
send in
reading for
their
hours. They're not
budget
investing.
report every Sunday.
Yeah.
That's a tip right there. Get on a budget and have somebody else hold you accountable, just like working out. How do you lose weight and get healthy if you don't have somebody to hold you accountable to your task when it gets hard for you?
Listen, I went outside today testing myself. I said, "Oh, let me get back inside." You guys, life will test you. There's something this guy said. I'm gonna mess it up, but he talked about don't have deferred maintenance in your life. Now, originally he was talking about real estate because he's like, you buy these properties, they've been ain't been cleaned or fixed for years. But deferred maintenance in your everyday life is lack of reading, lack of educating yourself. Like you're always going to be a lifetime learner. DJ, I don't know, you have kids, and so there was a school that had 50 high school seniors not going to be able to walk at graduation. So the parents are outside protesting, and someone said it in the comments, and it made me, again, this is that their deferred maintenance. She said, think about that. You had 50 kids who they weren't going in the military, they weren't going to community college, they weren't going to a trade school, they weren't going to college because they would have had to ask for their transcript early in the year. She's like, these kids had no plans to do anything, and so now they're not even going to walk. And so you realize learning is a lifelong mission. Learning and putting in the maintenance for your daily life is your goal, right? And so a lot of the internet stuff I've been seeing, it's like, have these people been reading and educating themselves to even be prepared for windfalls of money? No.
You know, that's funny you say that, Erica. Right now, it's summer break for my children. And guess what they're doing right now? 3 of my children are in a high STEM program online that each one, the tuition is $600 a piece for just 1 week.
Yeah.
And then my oldest son is doing a full internship with the top vendor to Apple at the young age of 19. So I believe in investing in my future. And so I also am putting my children into a financial boot camp at the end of the summer. And again, it's $600 per child. But you know what I'm getting out of that? I'm getting children who are developing skills, Erica.
Skills.
So my 2 middle children are taking AI, chat GPT.
Yep.
My youngest child is taking animation and also audio editing and video editing.
Right.
I'm getting my children skill sets, Erica. And that's what our people need to do. So the people who are watching this, who are thinking, man, I'm not sure if I should, come to the masterclass. But if you're thinking that you want to get some form of financial wealth out of debt, you need to be in this live masterclass, because I don't need you to give me your money. I need you to go out and get yourself some skill sets that can develop 21st century passive income, or just get yourself on the road just to being debt free. And how are you going to do that? You're going to spend more time spending over $100 and something billion on tourism,
traveling and getting away.
Great story, but you're going to have a big bill that you're going to have a hard time figuring out how to pay for. That's the reality. So everything that we're doing, Erica, is paid for. That's the reality. We are the millionaires next door type of people.
Yeah.
We don't do flashy things. We just slowly, methodically get an asset here, get an asset there. We share it with our community. We do cooperative economics. We do leveraging. I'm so excited too that we have another group that's with us that just joined, and they actually are giving us input and insight into the group home business.
Oh man,
about a growing industry, Erica.
Very much, very juicy.
Group home business. We literally just had a discovery meeting earlier today with about 6 professionals in the medical field and the group home owners that've been in the business for 15 years, Erica. And they are now about to be awarded a major opportunity because of their work that they've been doing consistently when people were doing it half-ass.
Yeah.
So just think about that.
Group homes, farming, subleasing farms. If what's DJ, I was saying, do y'all not know what sharecropper means? And nobody knew what it meant. But it's like all these young YouTubers are like, I'm leasing this parts of this farm, and I'm like, yes, you're sharecropping. And it was just super interesting. Either way, out of all these videos you guys watch with us, owning land, owning housing. Someone said in the comments, they're like, that student housing is a racket. It's a hustle. But where I went to school, East Carolina, small East Coast town, and the college went from 5,000 students to like 30,000 students, just enrollment, building, all this crazy stuff. Absolutely. There was a family of 6 boys from Upper New York. It was cheaper for their family to buy a Victorian house in Greenville, North Carolina, and send each son down there to go to school than it would have been for any of them to go to school in New York. And they rented out, again, this is a Victorian 1920s house. It had like 6 rooms. You know what I mean? And so their parents were renting all the rooms out. People's parents were on the leases. That's why when you said that, I was like, dude, that's an old hustle. It's an old hustle. It's an old way to make sure you're getting some money back from sending your child somewhere for 4 or 5 years. And for them, they sent 6 sons in a row. So years of their life.
It's amazing how simple it is to, get wealthy if you do it the right way. And again, it's not sexy because it's so slow, but it is sexy because when you wake up 5 years later and you got, some significant assets and you have no debt and you have the ability to say no to people who want to buy your time. Your number one commodity on this planet, no matter what age you are, is your time.
For
And having the
sure.
ability to say no to stuff that you're not interested in because you don't need the money. All money ain't good money at the end of the day. And if you do want to travel, why not make it a business and make it a legitimate tax write-off and have the benefits of both worlds? Imagine that. That's a novel concept. So every time I step foot on the beautiful island of Zanzibar, it's a tax write-off for me because I own a major resort. I mean, think about that. I mean, that's a blessing in of itself. So I want to be able to offer not only our master class opportunity for your people, I also want to give them an opportunity because those who are going to travel and they want to go to an exotic destination, Erica, we're going to give them an opportunity, which we're doing exclusively at the Black Travel Expo. It's going to be 7 days, 6 nights in that condo. You might want to show it to them again. It's ready. We'll give them a voucher. It's not a timeshare, ladies and gentlemen. I own the condo outright, no debt on it. I'm just going to celebrate you and let you go hang out and get a bucket list trip experience. So you can actually take advantage of that beautiful condo. You can go up to 1 year from today if you execute it this day, and by the end of Saturday, you can get it all for just 3 installments of $499. That's excluding your airfare and your ground transportation, but we will throw in one excursion for you, and we will give you a tour of the properties and the businesses that we own in Zanzibar. And that's a $30,999 trip I'm giving to you for less than $1,000. One installment of $999, or you can do it for 3 installments of $499. And that's good just in celebration with the Black Travel Expo. And we're just excited, man. Life is great. We don't, like anybody, we have challenges. Everybody has challenges, but I never wish anybody a health challenge. You have a financial challenge and you have a system and you have a team, you can overcome that. But a health challenge, that can be almost impossible depending on the health challenges. And I also encourage you, get your checkups. Ladies and gentlemen, go get your annual checkups. Make sure you're going to see your doctors, your dentists, and all that stuff. Don't put that stuff on the back burner, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that. That's the most important thing.
You might need to fix the link. Check the link real quick. People,
the link didn't work.
It should you guys, one or two people try the link real quick for me, and I'll check it. Hold on 1 second.
The link should work.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
We double and triple check those.
We're triple checking. Yeah, it worked over here. Double check. Let me see here. Try this. Try here. Okay.
Yeah, the link worked.
Try that. Try that, make sure.
Yeah,
we clicked it. Yeah,
yep. The link works. Yep, the link works, ladies and gentlemen. It's active.
Okay, so yeah.
So again, that's the first 10 people. I think we just had 2 transactions. So that's
somebody said no, ma'am. Brandy said it's not working as well. You guys, thank you for checking for me.
Yep. Congratulations, Latonia. Just purchase. Congratulations, Latonia. We just got a purchase from Latonia.
Okay, the last one works. Okay. All right, y'all. Sorry about that.
And then congratulations for Ronald. Ronald just made a purchase, so it's working. I would say just hit the refresh button. Sometimes that happens. That maybe your portal like Chrome or Internet Explorer, it might not have jived up with it. But we did just have 2 transactions that just took place, so it's working. Just give it patience. But we do have 7 left for the all inclusive 2 live streams. And I think that might be more valuable to you as well, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you want to learn everything pertaining to tourism from a Black, perspective, from the consumer side to the business side to TSA, to visas and all that stuff, that expats, they're going to have a couple of great panels going, Erica. They're going to have a Black women's panel. They're going to have a diversity panel. They're going to have a black men's panel, and they're going to have an expats panel, as well as having the passport panel. They're then on top of that, they're going to have a capital raising panel as well. So you're going to get every aspect of tourism, but most importantly, from a vendor perspective, a corporate perspective, a sponsor perspective, and last but not least, you're going to get it from a consumer travel perspective, because they're going to give away some amazing trips to go everywhere around the country. And if you're live streaming in, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a trip that you want to go to, Belize, or you want to go to the Maldives, there's going to be a package there that's going to be available for you, and it has nothing to do with Zanzibar. Just think about that. And this is a conference that only happens once a year. That's the beautiful thing about it. So if you get a chance, hit the link and enjoy that. And if you want to take a world-class vacation for less than anyone that you can ever take, this is only going to be good, ladies and gentlemen, until Saturday night. That's Saturday night. My keynote speech is at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm speaking for 45 minutes. So at 11 p.m. Central time, the vacation package will no longer be available at that once in a lifetime price. So if you want to take that advantage, hey, jump on board and get it. The voucher is good for 12 months. 12 months, you get a voucher, and you can go anytime you want. And it's just based on availability, and we'll have enough rooms to accommodate you. And if you want to go this year, immediately, you can go immediately after July 27th. You can stay in the 2-bedroom condo. So you can actually make that trip, and then your actual airfare will cost far more than your trip itself. Just think about that. I mean, that's amazing of itself. I mean, when we went for the first time, Erica, and when I took my sister with me, I mean, we spent, close to 10 racks,
Well, DJ had a whole entourage with him, y'all. He was bringing in people. He got 27 people come with him. And he's like, I had to spend $2 on something. It's crazy. You're like, dude, you got 12 people with you. No, I'm messing. So
yeah, we did. Yeah, we took almost 30 people with us last year. This year, I think we were somewhere around 15 to 18 people.
Because, next year will be 50 or 100. At some point.
Yeah. The cost of travel is what it is. Airfare to Zanzibar has gone up almost like 40%. But this type of travel is not for everyone.
It never meant to be either. I mean, and the truth of it is I tell people make it a double trip, right? Originally, when our trip was going to go, we were going to have some layover time in Dubai. So, I tell people make it a 2-weeker, make it a 2 week and some change. The young lady that was below me when I stayed in Zanzibar, she was out there for a month, and she was from Detroit. She was like, I'm going to stay out here. I was like, great.
If you're going that far, you got to stay for at least 10 days.
Yeah, she was remote working. She was like, I'm going to stay right here with this good internet and remote work. So I respect that.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're going, go for at least 10 days, because it's literally a day of travel in of itself, ladies and gentlemen. And don't let that discourage you, because that's one of the things that I do hear a lot about, Erica. Right. Oh my goodness, that's a whole day. But if you're going,
just go out of Chicago. You go overnight. It's an overnight flight.
Yeah.
So you wake up in the morning, you're in Doha or Dubai.
Yeah. And a lot of times with Emirates, they give you free passes to hotels and events in Dubai. They giving right now 2-day passes on hotel and the conference that's going on in Dubai. And that's like $600-700 worth of value that they're giving you just to fly on Emirates right now. Turkish Airlines does the same thing as well. We're actually going on Turkish Airlines this time, and we're actually connecting with the Turkish airline representative so we can broker a corporate sponsorship for our annual trips that we're taking every year. So this is actually the official second annual Tourist Traveler Business Wealth Conference in Zanzibar, and that trip will happen every year the same period of time. And then once we open up in January, every quarter, there will be a specialized trip, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are interested in just the festival type stuff like Essence Festival, we'll have that what's called the Pom Pom, Whiteout, conference and festival. Then we'll have the actual Wealth Conference and Festival for you. Then we have the Black Travel Expo for you. So we're going to have a variety of different things, because here's the great thing. People don't realize how resorts are created and actually make money They're based off of two primary principles. Number one, a annual theme, and number two, a primary destination. So we have that. So our theme is kite season, which actually lasts 6 months out of the year. Most of these themes only last for only 1 week, maybe tops 1 month. Congratulations. We just had 2 other people join the program. Congratulations, Black Unity. Congratulations, looks like Tiffany. Congratulations to Tiffany as well. And congratulations to Cheryl Watkins. Oops,
All right.
sorry about that.
Not the last name. Not the last name.
I apologize. I apologize.
No worries. No worries. You guys.
You know what, Cheryl? We're gonna give you a extra free gift for me doing that. That's my blunder. But
Tell
yeah,
all
so
her
now,
cousins
ladies
out
and
here. All
gentlemen,
her cousins.
we have 5 of the all bonus opportunities available left. We have 5 left. Because for the first 10, you get the live stream of the Black Travel Conference for me speaking, and you get the live stream from Zanzibar when we're doing the tour of the properties and talking about the businesses and going through the actual, registration and the, residency processes that we're just be, engaging in. So you'll get that live. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this in the replay, you have 5 available seats to get the 2 additional bonuses. But if you miss the 2 additional bonuses, don't fret, because the master class is worth every penny, because you're not only getting 2 hours of theoretical information and applied technical information from the best in class, from our attorney, from our CPA, from our financial planner, from Financially Free D, and myself. You're also getting the class, and you're getting access to a network of people that are doing something that you are trying to accomplish, which is debt freedom.
For sure.
800 credit score, and learn how to build assets with other people's money by building business lines of credit up to $100,000, 18 months, interest free. If you're qualified to go through the program, we'll walk you step by step by step. Crawl, walk, run on your way to the Pom Pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. And we want you to join the movement and come join us on the beaches of the World Club in Zanzibar. Or if Zanzibar is not your place of choice, make sure it's peace and tranquility. And wherever that is, we want you to have the best of it, because you deserve it. That's really all it's about, ladies and gentlemen.
For sure. I'm going to go ahead and show a video for you guys, and we're going to let DJ go enjoy his evening. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit the links in our video and in our description. I just checked the description one. That should be the correct link, but double try. Anyways, you guys, this is your girl, Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Here's one more video for y'all.
Buddy, we got an amazing opportunity for you to join the Pom Pom lifestyle movement. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. First, I'm going to give you a master class. It's going to teach you how to buy businesses, buy real estate, leverage the tax laws, and do it interest-free for 18 months to build credit up to $100,000 to acquire the asset. As a bonus, I'm going to give you 1 consultation with me, 1 consultation with Financially Free D. As a super bonus for the first 10 people only, I'm going to give you a live stream of my keynote speech at the Black Travel Expo and show you how I buy resorts, build businesses in Zanzibar so you can take a bite out of Zanzibar. On top of that, I'm going to give you another bonus, live stream from Zanzibar. I'm going to walk you through all the properties and the conference, and all you have to do is hit that link. I'll see you in Zanzibar. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. God bless.
All right, you guys, listen, get an opportunity to go out here and travel, see the world, but also invest in some of these places and have some assets on your side. DJ, thank you so much for being here. And you guys, the number is 866-395-3042. Anytime I guess pull up a number, you guys better call it or put it in your phone. Why? Because you never know when one of these people are going to blow up, and we might not get a chance to talk to DJ, the billionaire condo owner out there in Zanzibar after this. We might have to fly to Zanzibar to interview him in person. So, DJ, tell them where they can find you on the internet and close us out.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find us at DJ the Money Coach on YouTube, IG at DJ the Money Coach. You can find us on the internet at www.djthemoneycoach.com. And like Erica said, you can email us at nick@djthemoneycoach.com. And if you're like me, an analog person, call the 1-800 number, 866-395-3042. Catch our show live. Even if you don't get the stream, we will be on YouTube at our regular time, 6:30 p.m. Central, live doing our show in the ATL at the Black Travel Conference. And you'll see us talking to a lot of people that are in the event, some of the speakers, some of the sponsors. So it'll be awesome for you'll get a snapshot of that. And then that way you'll be on your pathway to the Pom Pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club in Zanzibar. But if Zanzibar is not your destination of choice, I wish you peace and tranquility, and I wish you the best of health and prosperity. Thank you very much, Erica. We'll
For
see you next
sure.
time.
All right, you guys, you have a wonderful evening. Check out DJTheMoneyCoach.com, and you guys have a great night.